everyone. Because on the weekend, as I said, I felt like a 10-year-old running around. It was just crazy. I had so much energy and basically not a care in the world. And absolutely crashed on Monday, to the point of having symptoms like the old Ross River virus that I had years ago. And my boss, who is an acupuncturist, said, yes, that could be old pathogens hanging around that I have started to expel with doing the exercises and stuff that we've been doing. I'm actually really happy about that, and just going with what's happened. At least I'm not aching anymore. That only lasted for a day. But I still have quite a large headache. And expelling a bit of heat, and old heat from, I'm assuming, from my stomach area, gallbladder area, which is coming out in quite a swollen, runny eye, which is, your body does strange things. And my nose is running a bit, so. Yeah. Other than that, everything else is pretty good.
Awesome. So you've obviously had a few shifts that you've noticed yourself, which is wonderful. Are you going okay with your symptomatic die-off?
Yeah.
Okay. So can you reach out if you need me, though, for any of that?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
I've just about finished the headache homeopathics. I've absolutely hammered them in the last 2 days.
Okay. Sweet. So this is another really good access point that I want to bring into you girls. Most of you probably already have touch base with homeopathics and herbs and stuff like that. If any of you feel that you need support in that area when you're doing this, please reach out. This is the other beautiful thing, is when we start working spiritually, we start coming more in alignment with the natural side of healing. And I know, Karen Hawkins, that you get really excited about this, because this is where we can actually start treating ourselves and our children and empowering ourselves even more. When we're doing a spiritual die-off and we're growing and we're opening up our chakras and we're connecting and we're having soul-filled connections, we will vibrate at a different level. Mainstream medicine won't cut it, just won't cut it. So we need to step into the vibrational medicines. All of you have oils, so slap them on, Start being a little bit more creative in what you're wanting to work with. Very important throughout this. And I'm happy if you are struggling, if you want, little recipes put up or anything, please put your hand up. I won't just bombard you with them because it'll be overkill on my behalf. So, Trace, could you tell me maybe 1 or 2 techniques that you're using just to share with the girls to try and step you through that spiritual detox?
Well, I'm using the homeopathics, and because that the Monday night was very difficult, aching all over, so I did use the sleep mix that you mixed me up to put in my diffuser. To help sleep, but I also did my hot foot bath to bring the heat down out of my head.
Okay, so can you explain what you do in that?
That's with the magnesium flakes, and then I usually put a bit of orange essential oil in there as well, or whatever I've kind of got around, but the magnesium will go up your feet, up the back of your legs, and into your kidney area and stuff like that, just to settle down the aching, because I had a lot of lower back aching stuff that was just caning. And that seems to settle my nerves and everything else as well. And then I can usually go to bed after that and just exhale, and I'm okay. But I did also have some cupping and stuff from Vic as well. So
those of you that don't know what cupping is, it's a suction technique that acupuncturists do, Thanks, Trace.
No worries, Jane.
So girls, there are so many different modalities out there when you are starting to move that you will, if something's in your face, just go with it, the biggest thing is that when you are shifting energy, water is so important. So make sure you keep stepping up your water, clean water, sunshine, and healthy relations. So people that you're around, make sure you're nurturing your soul. This will become habit for you guys. It won't just be a fleeting moment or course. You'll keep stepping into it. And these are the tools that you are going to be passing on to your children. So this is the beautiful thing about sharing. Yeah, what? You're funny. Sorry, Kylie. I don't want to preempt by telling you guys that Kylie's just said, explains a lot. I thought I was just being an emotional, hormonal drama queen bitch. So for us, when we start moving, we have to get rid of old stagnated energy. So whenever we start doing that, we will have shifts. They won't be big all the time, which is why I will never ever preempt that something's going to happen for you guys, because I don't want to give you that mindset that it will, because it may not. Some of us might just get, I don't know, anything, little rash, pimples, whatever. There'll be all different things. So when something's coming up, next time, Kyle's, maybe just put your hand up and say, hey, this is how I'm feeling. That's what our page is for as well. There's a lot of you guys out there that already do a fair bit of stuff with oils and homeopathic. So that's where the page is a really good sharing tool. Trace, I'm still waiting for you to share more with the girls about moxibustion and stuff like that. So maybe on the page.
I will.
Yeah.
This week, with the cupping and stuff, when you have some sort of old virus or pathogen come up, it's on your surface and you don't want it to go back deep within. So they use the cupping to bring it right to the surface, and then your body will deal with it how it needs to.
Perfect. All of you that have oils, I am not shitting you. Your oils work on so many levels. Yeah. Don't get caught up that clove oils, antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, and that lavender, is this and this and this. If you unpack the esoteric value of your oils, it will blow your mind. I invite you to start really drawing on your oils intuitively and really putting back into yourself just through the essence of your oils. With the healing or with anything, if for instance, one of you are at work, that you've sent your children to school and they've been in a mood or a tantrum, trust yourself that you can grab an oil or you can grab a homeopathic and you can distantly infuse the energy of whatever you have. Okay, it's called intuitive healing. Start playing around with it. Same with yourselves. If you're somewhere and you don't have homeopathics and someone says, hey, this homeopathic's really good for this, just draw in the energy of that homeopathic, just mentally. I want you guys to start practicing, and I want you to start playing around with your children and your family members. It'll blow your mind, yeah? Because the power of us and our mind and energy so surpasses this physical existence that we're in. And I need you girls to understand that, because you're all at the level that you can. Yeah? All of you. Some of you have been there for a long time and the pimple's ready to pop. Hey, Pooh. Anyways, just having a slight dig there. Cool. Thank you, Pooh. Anything else you'd like to add about your week? How have you been feeling with the activities?
Yeah, there's been a bit of an emotional stuff there. I actually had a few dreams of, especially because we're like working on the lower part of the body.
Yeah.
Having a few, not so much nightmares, but a few disturbing dreams about when I jumped off that cliff at Fraser Island.
Yeah.
And through all that damage and through all that pain and all those injuries and stuff like that. So a lot of that's come back, and whether that's just, I'm just working through it or what, but it's been, and that made me a bit emotional, because back then, we didn't know about all this stuff.
That's
back
right.
Then it was doctors and inflammation injections and all the crap that goes with it. So I'm assuming a bit of that old stuff might have to come out.
Yes. So for any of you girls, please listen very, very closely. If you have residue from past trauma or past stuff that's coming up and you're not quite sure what it is, please put your hand up on the page. Okay, I need you to draw on support, because you don't need to understand what it is. We don't have to revisit it. For instance, when I started working with energy and stuff, because of my sexual abuse from a child, it brought up stuff and I didn't understand it. You don't need to understand it. We don't need to revisit it. But you need to put your hand up and say, I need help, or I'm struggling, or I've got this, my foot feels like it's going to fall off. Because energetically, we can all send you energy and that will help shift it. It's just the body wanting to get rid of stagnation. But we don't have to put a mental thought to it, okay? This is about healing. It's about moving forward. Thanks, Pooh. Please put your hand up if you need added help, okay? Trace, I know you're very capable and I know you work with Vic, but this is a safe space and we're all shifting energy together.
Yes.
Yeah, so please be brave and say, fuck, help, or something.
Will do.
All right, cool. Thank you, my darling. Melissa, would you like to pop on and give us a bit of a rundown about your week, please, my darling? Do you know how to take your mic off? I'll do it. Okay.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hello, gorgeous.
Hello everybody. Okay, so the last 5 minutes has just blown my mind because I had not really thought too much about the detox stuff until Kel put that up today. And I had a bit of I thought I was just catching Ava's cold and my daughter. And I had a bit of a moment earlier today of clarity and just a thought popped in my head about how my issue is control. And obviously like OCD, that, control thing really comes into it. And ever since then, my nose has just started to run and it's like I'm releasing. I've had this little light bulb moment, but now it's my body's just releasing all this shit. And as you're talking, I'm going, okay, so maybe that's what's happening.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, that's really interesting because obviously I've been through sort of detox symptoms from, food and stuff like that, but not emotional and physical detox, like detox physically from emotional stuff. That's just,
new.
Blowing my mind a little.
Yeah, you probably have, but you haven't recognized it. So this is this is the double-edged sword with becoming spiritually aware. We actually have to be accountable, all right?
Yes.
But it's not hard. And this is what I want to keep reiterating with you girls. I don't want you to run a mile because you're going to think it's going to be really hard. It just needs to have an awareness around it. If you can mentally shift it, it'll be gone in a day. If you want to hang on to it and you want to sabotage into it and you want to really, play the poor me, and I'm going to label that very broadly, you'll go there, yeah? So it's simple, girls. Don't overlook it. It's just like the integrate word, yeah? This is so simple. Your body wants to get rid of the shit. You've now just given it an access point. So it's like, when you've got a little pimple and it's got a little white head, it just wants to be popped. Doesn't need to be dressed.
Totally breaking out this week. Like totally breaking out. Majorly. I'm like, and you mentioned pimples before. I was like, shit, that's happening too.
So
what are the affirmations? What am I telling myself? What am I to allow it to release? What's
you are simply just surrendering. Yeah.
Okay.
So
here's my control issues again. I'm wanting to know what I have to do.
Yes. Yeah. But that's us doubting our own genius. Do you know what I mean? So this is where we've got to keep stepping into owning who we are. You do whatever feels right for you. So your words will be different than my words. My words for it is surrendering. So it's almost like, I won't use that analogy. It's almost like when you take a deep breath and instead of holding it in, thanks, Charmy, instead of holding it in, you're actually going, so it's that surrender, that letting go. That's all the body wants. It doesn't want you to pamper over the pimple and, dress it and add some oil. It just wants you to let it pop. Yeah. So you guys need to just surrender, okay? And I know that's hard, but as soon as you mentally do it, your body just go, done. That's done, dumped. You go to the dump, you just push it off. That's all it wants. Don't complicate it. Keep it simple.
Okay. Dump and move on.
Dump and move on. That's it. We've got a lot to dump. We've got to keep moving on. How else is your week being, Mel? Like,
Yeah, good. Like I put up on the page earlier this week, just it's been a week of calm, really. Like I've
nice.
just sort of felt like I've flowed. Yeah, it's just been quite another calm week, and
That's
yeah,
good. That's really good.
Yeah. So I feel like I don't know. I feel like I am surrendering in a sense, in that like I'm doing, the work that I need to do, but then it's quite feeling like calm. So that's nice.
That's perfect for you too, because I know that you do suffer from a lot of anxiety.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're calm, but you've had a few troughs is good.
Yeah.
Awesome, Mel.
Yeah.
And the course material's been okay for you, or it hasn't been too heavy? I'm just mindful that you're a busy woman.
No, not at all. No, I quite enjoy that. Yeah, and the creating our own space has just been awesome. I've really, because I'm such a creative kind of person, I've really thrown myself into that, and it's sort of sparked that little light in me to go around my whole home and create that beautiful space in the whole house, like just of adding lots of plants and bringing lots of living energy in, and just sort of sprucing up the energy of the entire house, getting that stagnant energy out. So that's been really, really enjoyable this week.
That's nice. And that space is really important for you girls, because we need something to put energy in. I'm like Danielle, I have a few spots around my house that I choose, to put energy into, but it's so important, and it frees the energy, because we want to be creative beings. We're born to be creative. We're born to use our hands. We're born to be expressive. So it was a really nice one for you to do, and you all did it beautifully and different. So whereas you kind of put it along and did, plants and all these other things, Danielle was similar. She had a few different little altars, and then some of you just had these gorgeous one little sacred places,
Yeah.
So no, I really enjoyed watching you guys create and sit in that.
Yes. No, it's lovely.
Awesome. Thank you, Mel.
No worries. Bye.
Thank you. Danielle, are you okay to come up, my darling?
Give me a second, turn my volume up.
Hello.
Hello. What are we talking about our week?
Just some insights for your week and how you've been dealing with things, or if you haven't needed to, or anything that you feel is important.
I've been super busy, so this week I probably haven't been doing so well. Well, on and off, doing well and doing not well. Not taking the time that I should do. But and I'm very, very tired today, so that's probably part of it. Having too late at night and not get up early and still on post and all that sort of stuff. So I actually can't even think properly right now to think about my week. I definitely had some pretty big shifts and stuff at the weekend and the beginning of the week, and realizations as well. And
you've had some quite positive ones in the way of having some enlightened moments with business and moving forward, though. Hey.
Yes, I have.
Yeah. So it's nice clarity, and it's hard, I guess, for you too, being pregnant, to really be mindful of your body and where you're at with some things, because you've got so much else going on internally. Yeah. But, I know that your movement and shift in energy has been awesome, just from what, the contact points that we've had. So, but you do fall into that slump of not making time for you. So you'd be mindful of that, because you've got another bubby coming.
Yes.
Otherwise, I have to whoop your white ass.
Yeah, I'm really feeling it today, because we didn't go to bed early enough. I had to get up early today, and then the drive, it's just fun.
Yeah.
Alexa messaged me before and are you okay? You look really drained. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. So
I have.
my sleep. If you can't get on at this time of night, that's cool. I record it and you can jump on. You don't have to feel if you think you need to go to bed.
Felt I needed that connection tonight.
Beautiful. Awesome. Well, thank you for bringing your presence in and, staying on top of you and everything.
Last probably two. It's only really been 2 days, but.
All right. Oh, that's got some feedback. Sorry, say that again, Dan. Hi, James.
You can talk. I'm trying to work it now. It's only really been like the 2 days where I've just made myself too busy that I haven't taken that moment. So
yeah. All right.
So this for me tonight is that moment before I go to bed.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us, Dan. Thank you. All right. Who else wants to come up? Kylie or Karen or Judy or Jazz or Kel? Who wants to put their hand up? No volunteers. Do you want me to pick? Kylie or Judy? Who wants to? Kylie, Judy. All right, Judy, you've got your hand up. Hello, gorgeous girl.
Hi, Doc. Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I've had a pretty good week. Did a lot of soul searching for myself, going down the beach and just spending time by myself and not being afraid of that, which was a pretty big thing for me, especially at night time in the dark. So I've just really cruised through the week, I think. But on Tuesday, I didn't have any kids because I normally look after kids during the week. Tuesday I didn't have any, but oh my goodness, I couldn't get off the toilet. Oh. And I didn't think anything of it until Tracy was just saying, maybe that's why I was on the toilet.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Perfect.
And I just drank heaps of water and just
I
always have my burners on, my diffusers, and I have different oils in there. And Tiffany actually comes over quite a bit, and she goes, "Oh, I always love walking into your house. It always smells nice, So
that's good.
So different ones in, and I'm actually experimenting and using different oils to put into like washing the floors and
good girl,
stuff like that. So
perfect.
I'm feeling so it's been pretty good. I'm pretty wrapped with the week how it's been. So
that's awesome news.
Tuesday, but but obviously that was a need to be, so it's all good.
Yeah, I was very proud of you and your efforts over the weekend without Kevin there. So
yeah,
that was good. And thanks for sharing.
Because I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, you normally would just panic. So good on you. Awesome share. Thanks, Jude.
Yeah. Cheers, Del.
All right, Kylie. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, you moody bitch.
I know, right? What a cow.
I'm
such a scattered, hot fucking mess.
Hot. You're pretty hot. That's right. Scattered.
Scattered. But pimples. You took photos of me with pimples. And I've had a sore back. Really sore back. I just feel like shit. I've been eating like shit. And that's like probably, what I've been like with my chocolate. Super good.
Yes.
Like really good for me. But I've just turned to chocolate.
Okay.
I don't know. I've just been eating like shit. So I've been feeling like shit. But when you say so, you surrender. How do you know what you're surrendering to? Like, I think it was Tracy said before, she surrenders to the OCD and the controlling. Like, I've got so many fucking issues. Which one am I surrendering to? Like, help me. What's going on?
See how you're intellectualizing? That's the control. You know how Mel talks about the control? You're just surrendering to the whole damn lot, yeah? Do you want any of it?
Am I? So there's not a particular, like, I don't know. That's probably why my whole fucking body aches.
You don't want to. Do you want to get the whip out and go, yeah, bitch, you got to surrender to this and this and this and this? Nah.
Yeah, true. That's true. Okay.
You just want to open up.
Everything.
That's it.
Okay.
Every goddamn thing. If there's a big list and you just say, I surrender to my great big list of shit and it's all gone.
Okay.
Because you're intellectualizing, yeah? We don't need to punish ourselves. We're not here to be punished. We're here to step into who we are. And that just means leaving everything behind. If you feel better labeling things that are really not working for you,
no, because I don't know what it is.
Don't do it. You just surrender. You are just taking a big long breath and saying, you know what? Take it. Just take it. All of it. Whatever it is. Okay. Yeah? Stop punishing yourself, beautiful.
Oh, I've been so scattered. I haven't done anything this week. I feel so bad. Everyone's done their space, so I don't have a space.
Okay, so
and then I was thinking about
sort that shit out this week then, eh?
Okay.
Honey, it can be a tiny little place on a side table, like one crystal and an affirmation. It doesn't need to be a big, glorious space. It's just something special that you've put an energy into. And when you need to come back to that space, if you want to write or just sit and breathe, then you can go straight into it energetically.
Okay.
Yeah, it could be tiny. It could be a pot plant and something.
Yeah. It'll be high. It'll be up high.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it might have
away
to be
from
high.
SJ and the twins.
So, it might be a little ledge above a window and you might just have a little drop-down crystal, just something that you can put your energy into. That's yours.
Okay. Nice. Thank you.
So, do you want to have a chat sometime soon?
Yeah.
All right.
Always up for a chat, Tan.
Cool. And then I'll see you in Auckland, right?
Oh, my mum. Do you know it's $250 for a passport?
Yeah, I do. Are you getting one?
But my mum made her first payment today, so
Good.
She's going.
So I might see you there, hey?
Oh, no. I've got to take 4 kids with me if I go.
Me too. I'm taking my 3. Good. We'll party together.
3, not SJ. Yeah.
Anyway, we'll have a chat, yeah? Just so we can maybe ground you a little bit more and get you a little bit more stepping into your power.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks for the share. Gorgeous. Let it go. Kelly's written up here, let it go. You know the Frozen song? Just play that over and over.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to read those comments now.
Yeah, have a read. There's some everyone's input's quite nice, so just have a read.
Okay.
And don't worry about those pimples, girlfriend. I've got one on here. Look.
Delete those photos.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Karen or Kel, are you guys right to pop up? Either of you? You can unmute yourselves if you are, one of you. Kelly.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, go.
So I thought I was having a really bad week, and then I was thinking about what was happening.
Yeah.
And then it just made me think, well, if I have a diet off of food, then why would this be any different? And yes, that's why I asked the question, and yeah. So that kind of explains a lot of what's going on and how I feel and
perfect
how I'm reacting to things. So.
And thank you for asking questions, Kel, because a lot of us just either are too busy to think about it or just presume that people know stuff. So I love it when you girls ask questions because I get very complacent because I've actually been on this road for a long time, like a long time. So I get very, complacent with what people know. So thanks for voicing because it unpacks stuff for other people. Yeah. So your week's been okay in the big scheme of things?
Yeah, I've just had little things sort of going, and then I kind of throw my hands in the air and go, what's going on? Like, everything was fine last week and now it's not. And but yeah, like I come back from that within seconds of it happening, but I just kind of have a little, a 5-minute tanny and then I'm fine.
Yeah. So the trick with all of this is there is a residual that you girls will start to feel, and you'll see that your turnaround points will get shorter. So when you first start, the turnaround points seem long, even days, even weeks. When you start learning to step into your empowerment and all of your centers are all aligned, what happens is your turnaround point will be quite quick. So you might still lose your shizzles, but you'll come back quicker than what you normally would, and you won't have that emotional impact, where your heart feels heavy and you get a headache and all of that residual stuff. Because what happens when you do that is you've stepped into old pain bodies. Yeah. So when you start working on yourselves, you start freeing yourself from all of that. So your turnaround will be better. Sometimes you do feel a bit hazy and crazy, like Kylie, but it's just because your body's needing to, to find its feet and come back to where it needs to be. So, Kel, that's beautiful. It's nice that you have noticed that you can come back quite quick. Yeah. Because I think you've been doing an amazing turnaround the last couple of weeks. And I can say that because I've been working and walking with you for a few years now. So
it's been a while.
Well done, beautiful.
Thank you.
All right. Karen, are you okay to come up? Okay, awesome. And then we've got Jazz.
Can you hear me?
Hi, Karen. How are you?
I'm good. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, perfect, my darling.
Cool. Great. Sorry, I'm in the dark.
Oh, I actually quite like all of yous with these little... Yeah.
We're all committed.
I think it's beautiful. I honestly do. I cannot tell you how proud of you all I am. It just blows my mind. It seriously does. I'll never be able to tell you verbally in human words.
Feeling the vibe.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
So some really good positive shifts this week. I've posted a fair bit about it.
Been amazing. Thank you.
I really like when I get a physical tool to use, something that's practical. I'm a very practical person. So for me, the yoga was fantastic with the childlike poses that you wibble wobble around, just made so much sense to me. And that's where I hold my most weight. So it was really interesting to know that energy is stifled at the moment, and that's where I can use those type of practical tools to shift. So that was fantastic.
Absolutely.
So I've been doing a lot of soul searching as well, and made some really big commitments as far as relationships are concerned and my health and well-being, and my mental health as well. Because I'm going through quite a lot of stuff with my boys at the moment. So I'm actually finding that I really want to move away from emotional eating. And I have picked up my walking shoes, and I'm finding that for some reason, must be this forum, I'm telling you, it must be this forum, but I have my brain has started to click in, okay, hang on, why are you doing this? And started analysing things in a clearer way. Perfect. And it's just clicking a lot better. And that is actually helping me to go, right, okay, I don't want to stick that into my mouth. When can I fit in a walk?
Mm.
And I'm taking my walking shoes with me to work so I can fit in a walk,
Wow.
5 minutes before I pick up the kids or whatever. So,
Awesome.
yeah, really lovely things.
Yeah,
amongst the
look,
crap.
well, I've seen you at school and you're glowing, yeah? So
Sweet.
whatever you're doing is working. And you make a very good point. And Kelly and I have touched base because she's been doing a similar thing with her protocol, yeah? As soon as there's bullshit that's come up, she's been walking or she's been putting it back into her. If you can start changing those small habits, that's the key, because it's the habits that we get stuck in. You replace the habit with something that's nurturing, whether it be, some of us it's yoga, some of us it's running, some of it's sleeping. But if we could do it with something that is nurturing our soul, then they're going to be permanent changes. So well done.
Definitely. Love it.
Thank you so much for all your shares, like all of you. Like, honestly, the more you guys share, the more inspiration you give to other people on the page, because where you are working with something, Karen, it could be sitting right on the edge for someone else. So when you express that, they're like, oh my God, and vice versa, so any share is perfect. And I once again, I really just want to blow wind up your butts, I guess, because I've been very impressed with all of you. Like, honestly, in every aspect, I think that each of you have just gone way out of your comfort zone with this. And I feel honoured to be a part of that journey with you guys. So thank you. Jazzy, are you okay to come up, my darling? Let me unmute you. Hello. Jasmine Lee Harland.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, gorgeous. Looking at
So
your beautiful little smiley face there.
It wasn't so smiley on Saturday morning, I can tell you that.
Oh, share.
This week has been a really big emotional and physical roller coaster. I've been up and down, and I know the full moon as well. I think a Saturday morning I woke up feeling really good, but then within 10 minutes, it's just the waterworks. They were switched on, and I sat within myself. I'd done my breathing. I got out of my mind, moved down to my heart, and so many emotions just bubbled up, and I allowed them to, and I released them. And it was like a 4-hour session of crying. And
oh, well needed, Jazz, well needed.
it was pretty exhausting, but I've done it. Felt so good. And like I said in my post, the space that I freed up by releasing all that, I just put so much love and positivity back into it.
Yeah, good. Very important that you replace that, yeah? Otherwise you're left empty.
Yeah.
Yay. Yeah. How liberating is that, though? You've had years of bottled up, excuse the language, bullshit there.
Yes.
4 hours, that is a beautiful release. Beautiful, well done.
And I had Kahuna massage on the Friday as well. So with what we've been doing, the Kahuna massage, the full moon, and then my monthly's coming on Sunday.
Oh gosh. I'm surprised you even presented tonight, Jazz. Well done.
And yeah, just all through the week, like it was just up and down, up and down.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I've allowed anything that's come up, like you said, I've bagged up that garbage and threw it out.
Awesome. Because we don't need it, yeah. We only hang on to it because we don't know any different. So free up the space. Seriously. It is like those of you that have lost weight, that have been bigger, when you downsize, yeah, and you feel that freedom and that, that lightness, that is what it's like when you emotionally and spiritually start shifting. There's nothing that bogs you down, yeah. So well done, Jazz, and brave to share. We're not always comfortable in our vulnerability. It's hard. It's hard to speak out and be vulnerable.
My
But
son, he's so beautiful. He said to me, Mum, I really think that you should go to a spa and get pampered.
Oh, God, love him. He's only young, isn't he?
He's 7.
Oh,
So thank you
so
so much, baby.
beautiful.
So I've booked in to see a friend on Tuesday next week, and I'm going to go and have a facial and get some pampering.
Good.
And
Yay.
that's photo that I put up of my space. That's right next to my bed. And
Oh,
honestly,
nice.
that is the clearest space in my house. And
Yeah.
this week, I have been getting to all my piles and the kids' clutter, and I've started clearing space, and I can see benches, and
Good.
it's really good.
Yeah, our home, just for you girls, so you know, our home is representation of our spiritual journey, yeah? So the freer you free up your house, the more freer your mind and your soul is. Now, I'm not saying your house has to be anally retentive, OCD, but what I am saying is be mindful of the space that you spend most of your time in, yeah? Be very direct and deliberate. Like Jazzy said, she can feel that her energy in that space is clear. So be mindful when you're shifting through your house to declutter. And even if it's just that you tidy it and put it in a cupboard in a box, just remember to declutter so that you know that you're in control of where you're at. Yeah, it's really important. Don't be OCD because the house has to be lived in, but be mindful that that is your body, your mind, your soul is where you live. It's a mirror reflection of where you're at emotionally. Okay, Jazzy, thank you. How are you okay with your movement through the week and the course content and things like that?
Yeah, when I haven't really had the time to actually sit in my own space and be 100% focused on that. Like today I listened to the singing bowls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I listened to that while my daughter was doing gymnastics, and I sat on the mat and I was stretching and listening to that.
Perfect.
Watching her.
Absolutely perfect. And this is the other key point I want to make with all of you busy women, yeah? Do that. I do that all the time. I don't have time. I'm so busy, I'm dizzy, yeah? So that's what I do. If I'm driving and I know where the kids are, they're in the car, they're strapped in, then I do things like that. I chuck things on, I listen to the videos. Even if you're just opening up the page and just having a browse, you are opening a portal to bring in healing, yeah? Even if you're not mentally sitting with it. Exactly, Karen. Do the in-between spaces. Shift the energy. We walk between worlds. We walk between portals. We walk between each other's lives. So be very aware of that. Yeah, I'm not expecting you to be engrossed and working specifically on every activity, but you owe it to yourselves to open up the page and just go, oh, okay, what's that? Good, cool. Yep, scan here, take that in. Yep, all right, I might listen to that tomorrow. Put that there. So just start allocating the things that jump out at you if you're super busy. Yeah, well done, Jazz. That's perfect.
Thank you. I kind of went into my own space doing that this afternoon while Kaya was doing her gymnastics, and I was humming to the vibrations of the bowl as well. And
oh, nice.
I opened my eyes and looked around, and there was quite a few women looking at me.
Good on them.
They
Good
weren't
on you.
frowning though; they were smiling, so that's nice.
Oh, look. And what an example of empowerment to sit and show other women that that's totally okay, and who gives a fat rat's. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll go to the shops without shoes and people just look at me, and being black as well and having kids, and then it's like, what the hell? And you know what? I don't care. Don't care, because somewhere along the line, I'm allowing someone else to do that. You know, they're looking at me going, oh man, that is cool. I want to wear no shoes. So good on you, Jazz. Be out there, be you, be unique. Big key, hey?
Will do, yes.
All right, darling. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so this week, solar plexus, moving our energy up and forward. And those of you that have had time to do the yoga, that yoga video, it's really quick. It's the information that's quite mindful, but there's only a few different poses on there. It just helps to shift the energy. Same with your hand mudras. All right, I give them to you because they're simple. So I'm wanting you guys to try and at least do the hand mudras. They are very specific yogic poses that shift the energy. So they're not going to specifically help structural stuff, to answer your question from today, Jazz. The actual yoga poses where you're stretching and acupuncture and massage will help, but the mudras shift energy and the mind space. So if you can't do anything else, then start holding, even if you don't read it, even if you're just doing, if you can see the bee can, then just do that. Very good at shifting energy, okay? So the solar plexus is the center that encourages exploration of you as an individual, all right? So this center is really powerful in the way that it's where our will sits, right? Our human will. So the will of this chakra is associated to our personality, and it's part of the human side where we have that connection to the divine will or our own human will. So this is where we integrate that, yeah? So when we're starting on our spiritual journey, this chakra can be a bit of a challenge in our mind because we want the human will to start evolving so that we can trust and let go and start allowing ourselves to just trust that the divine will has everything under control. So if you're finding in this week you're struggling with that trust, just be mindful to let go of the human mind pull to the will, okay? Because that's something we've been taught. That's not something that we actually own. Now, the method of desire for females is more about passion. So females are really passionate and reflective in this center, where men are more the strength. You know, they've got to be that strong, masculine part. So this is where sometimes we won't be on the same page as our partners, yeah, because we want them to be passionate and sensitive around things in their individualism, but they're wanting to be strong and supportive and masculine. So there's going to be a little crossover there when you guys are working, especially maybe Karen, for you, that because you're working so hard in a relationship thing at this point in time. So just be mindful that he may not be passionate and sensual and soft. He may want to come across as being strong. And that's not because he doesn't want to step into that. It's just that is where their will sits. It's just a natural energy emotion for a male. Now, what happens is when this center starts to be developed at a young age, it starts to guide, I guess, us into that wanting to show that we're strong and present to be strong in the physical world outside. So this is where we start fighting with where we sit, who's who in the zoo, yeah? So if our energy in the sacral chakra, in the solar plexus chakra is a little bit uneasy, that's when we start feeling a little bit insecure and try to fit in to groups or places or like the workplace, and we almost morph into other people's expectations. So when we start working on this, we can actually find that we have a very strong sense of self when we start developing this chakra. So that's where the individualism comes in. So those of you that are working through like businesses and, coming forward in wanting to present things in your own style, this chakra this week will be really good at bringing that forth for you guys and allowing you to be very creative in that aspect. So before we come in to this realm, right, so way, way, way back when, the central organ of our body was the spleen, okay? So the spleen is one of the major organs that we work on with this week. And then for some reason throughout the ages with religion and everything else, the humans made it the heart that became the heart center and the functionality part of every other organ. So realistically, when we're working with this chakra, we're actually working with the spleen. And the spleen is what is responsible for anger. And so it is the thing that sustains absorption of, deficiencies, if that makes sense. So if we're deficient in an emotion, then frustration and anger will come into play with this solar plexus. So I want you guys to be very nurturing with yourselves this week. If you've got frustration coming up, which is then triggering anger, it's just because we're shifting energy. So all of those times throughout your short time here on earth that you've ever been frustrated, this is the chakra it's going to sit in, okay? And we suppress it because we don't want it to come up to the heart. We don't want to feel it. So all I need you to do this week is surrender and allow that frustration to come up and let it go. It's just a process that we need to do, okay? This week will be very gentle in the way that you're not going to have too much that I'm going to throw at you, because this is a very big ego center, all right? We're stepping into the heart, which is the next space that we move into. So what we're doing between this chakra and the next chakra is just embracing who we are so we can drop the ego. So I'm going to be gentle and mild this week, because I'm wanting you just to direct your prana, your energy, into this chakra without having to do too much other work, all right? So the solar plexus are also in big control of digestive stuff. So those of you that already have digestive stuff that goes on, so whether that is, celiac, whether it's a bit of irritable bowel stuff, whether it's just a leaky gut type thing, you might find that some of those symptomatic things may flare up, and you may have those detox cravings for food. So Kylie, if you're in that space, just drink more water, honey. Yeah. If you need homeopathics or anything, or just energy or healing, please just reach out. All right. I want you guys to reach out. This is not about you guys doing it yourself. We have a platform, and there's plenty of ideas where you can get help for anything that pops up. So given that it's 9 o'clock, I'm going to start winding it down there. Any of you girls that do need support, yes, use it, Dan. Yeah. Those of you, Danielle's just saying that she's been drawn to the quantum blend that I gave her. Those of you that don't know about the quantum essences, they're a very beautiful essence that help with genetic and quantum shifts within the body. So sometimes things like that are very supportive, other than the homeopathics. If you use flower essences, bush flower, anything like that, please use them. Those of you that haven't stepped outside into any of that, please put your hand up. But yeah, so this week, surrender, 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 surrender. Just write a list if you need a list. If you don't, just surrender to everything. Be gentle with yourselves, okay? We're here to heal, and we're here to be empowered. We're not here to punish and sabotage. All right? It is your birthright to have anything that you want in this lifetime. And I'm here to tell you, you get your mindset in the right space and you will create whatever you want. Whatever you want. You're your only limit. Get your head out of your ass and move forward. All right? You are all very powerful women, all of you. And I can say that because I've worked with every single one of you, yeah? So step into it. There's nothing to be scared of. On the other side of fear is love. Yay! I'll repeat that. On the other side of fear is love. Who the fuck doesn't want love? Excuse my language, Karen. You're probably the only one that doesn't really swear. Who doesn't want love? Like, seriously. Let's just step into it and be empowered. And first and foremost, step in for yourselves, your partners, and your children. All right? So thank you. It was a longer night tonight, but thank you. I will, as normal, just gently post things on the page. Jazz and Kylie, and those of you that haven't stepped into, even Danielle, please don't stress. I don't want you to sweat the small stuff. You get on and you see what you need to see, and you get out of it what you need out of it, okay? So I love you all very much, and I really, really, really am so happy that you guys all shared. I'm just going to unmute you all so we can say good night. And same back channel next week.
Night.
Night, everyone.
Night, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks for the
Thank
session.
you. Well done, girls. Well
Night.
done.
Love you, Tony.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.